build real network with people who have the resources or resourcefulness for your next level. Hello, I'm discussing with us today the things that real wealth requires. Building real wealth requires the following. Number one is time. Real wealth requires time. It takes time to build anything. So the man who wants to be wealthy must be conscious that this wealth this journey of wealth you are taking may not be overnight. See, at times it may take 5 years, at times it takes 10 years or even longer to build wealth. I remember the story of someone who met the co-founder of Facebook. When he met him, he said to him, he said, "You guys are serious overnight success." Then the co-founder of Facebook said to him, "If you mean that the 6 years of walking through the night, if that is what you mean by overnight success, I agree with you." You see, when you see somebody successful, you may be tempted to say that he was lucky or he just arrived on the scene. But in most cases, most successful people have been there when nobody knows. They've been working in private. They've been working through the night for many years. When you heard about them, probably is when their work of many years has begun to pay off. This is the reason why most people are into vices like fraud, like into armed robbery. In some country now, they have made kidnapping a business. People have joined all kind of evil associations because they believe that wealth is a matter of overnight. But it's not true. Story of Warren Buffett stated that he became a billionaire at the age of 55. He made his first 1 billion at 55. But he have been doing these things. He started selling, I think, business from when he was 11 years, somewhere there. See, from 11, he hit the first billion at 55. 44 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. Most people that you celebrate today, I feel if you travel, especially if you fly in a plane, and you are fortunate to fly either business class or first class, you are likely to see that most of the people in the first class and business class are over 50 years. Most of them have gray hair. Mostly. Except maybe kids who come with their parents. But mostly the people you find there are all gray hair. Most of the CEOs of this organization are over 50 years. You know why? Because real wealth takes time. So if your desire is to be seriously wealthy, then you must factor in the time it might take you to build your own wealth. And be ready to exercise patience for as long as it will take you. I've done some calculations on our YouTube channel you can watch. Maybe you want to do, your goal is to become a millionaire, and you're going to do it through maybe investments. Perhaps you are an employee. Then you are supposed to know, depending on the amount of money you are investing, how long it's going to take you. And be patient for that duration. See, so real wealth takes time. It's not a overnight stuff. And that takes me to the next point. This one say, well, my problem now is this. I know someone. Probably we have went to the same school. He's not even old. He's young. He's a musician, but now he's rich. He hit hard. Now he's rich. Then the next thing you need to look at is real wealth also, apart from time, real wealth requires skill. And when I'm saying skill now, there are different skill sets. And at times, it's a combination of skill sets. You know, perhaps you want to build wealth through business. For instance, if your approach to wealth building is business, then you are going to need a combination of skill sets. For instance, you need money skill, management skill. You need business skill. So you will need technical skill, because you must have technical knowledge of what you are doing. You need technical skill. Number 4, you will need what I call people skill. So you must have what? At least four things: money management skill, business skill, technical skill, people skill. You need a combination of these skills if you're going into business. I remember a story of a guy who went to his pastor, and he was so angry because every time he get a job, he only grow to a certain level in the organization, and then he plateau. He can't go beyond there. And then he will resign from there, go to another place and grow again to the same level and plateau. And from there, go to another company and grow again to the same plateau, same level and plateau. Then he went to the pastor and said, "Pastor, I think something is working against me. I think maybe I'm under a curse or something. I need deliverance." And he explained his experience to his pastor. Thank God the pastor was a wise pastor. And the pastor said, "Look, there is nothing wrong with you. The problem you had or you have is that you only have technical skill. And as good as technical skills is, that is how far it can take you in an organization. And that is what you have experienced. The technical skill have reached its ceiling. To go beyond that ceiling, you need another set of skill. For example, if you are an accountant, all you require is a technical skill. They give you papers, give you figures, you balance the sheet, you push it back. You don't need to like anybody. Nobody needs to like you, right? As long as you know how to put the figures together, how to clean the book, that's it. So you get what? Good technical skill. It has its place. But to become a manager of accountants, you need more than technical skill. You need to have people skill. Why? Because as a manager, you are now going to work with a team to achieve the result of the department. You see it? So plus a technical skill, you require people skill. So at that level now, the attitude of "I don't care who like me or who doesn't like me" will not work. You see it? So that makes it look like you are plateauing. And you think a curse is after. It's not a curse. It's just that the level of your skill, this is how far it can take you. So now what you need is develop people skill. Become a team player. There are many people who have great technical skill who are bad team players. You can't go find an organization. And it is not the devil or a curse. It's just your level of skill. You see? So in wealth building, I said number 1 is time. Time factor. Wealth requires time. Number 2, wealth requires skill or skills sets. Number 2. And then number 3 is relationship. Real wealth requires relationships. Relationships. You must know how to build strategic relationship if you want to be really wealthy. You can look around you at the wealthy people. Most of them belong in millionaires clubs. And some of these clubs, even to the registration fee alone will turn you away. I know of a guy who joined a millionaires club and paid $100,000 to be a member of the club. He said, "But why would anybody pay that much money to join a group?" It's because of the benefit of being in that club. there's an investor, a businessman from, I think something Pabrai from India, who spent $500,000 US dollars to have a lunch with Warren Buffett. $500,000 just for a lunch with Warren Buffett. What a waste. No, it's not a waste. To a businessman, all expenditures are investments. It's an investment. It's not a waste. He knew what that meeting would mean to him. And he was willing to invest that much just to have that connection. Somebody who wants to build wealth, you will need to build a network of strategic relationship. You may need to know some investment bankers, some real estate guys who are on top of their games. You may want to know some accountant, maybe some chartered accountants, some lawyers. So you build network of strategic friends, or relationship. Real wealth requires it. And as you go, it's expected that as you grow in age, that also your circle of friends are becoming more meaningful. Not like, no, he was my classmate, friend in the uni or in the primary school, is my friend, my street friends. Those things, if they are not relevant to where you want to go, keep them at a distance. Build real network with people who have the resources or resourcefulness for your next level. Somebody said, if I check your phone contacts, I can tell what is going to happen to your life within the shortest time. The kind of people's number that are in your phone. I know many people are not conscious of that. You have 1,000 numbers on your phone. There are, some serious business people. At times they have 2 phones. Not because they like too many phones, but one phone contains only strategic relationship. And then there's a phone for general calls. That one can be off the whole week. They only maybe on Saturdays or during the weekend. But these ones, any call that comes through this phone, I will answer. I don't know. I've been trying to reach him. You are not reaching him because you are not strategic in the relationship with him. So real wealth requires time, it requires skill, and then it requires relationship. Number 4 is knowledge. Now you say, how do I put knowledge last or at the base? Not because knowledge is not important, but real wealth, of course, knowledge has to do with you having an idea of where you want to go, what it will take to get there. For example, I want to build a five-story building. I have a knowledge of what a 5-story building look like. I probably have an idea of what each level we have, but I'm not an architect. So knowledge is not enough. That means, and I cannot go to school to study architecture. So I will need someone who have architectural skill to design the plan. You see, so I have knowledge, which is very important, but I need someone who have technical skill to design the plan. And I'll probably need civil engineer to build the house. So the knowledge tells me where I want to go. It gives me an idea of what I want to do. So you need knowledge. But the reason why I didn't put it at the beginning is because most people, that's where they stop. I want to be a millionaire. I want to have 10 million by the time I'm 40 years, or by the time I'm 50 years. I want to be a billionaire. They have a knowledge, an idea of what they want, but then they didn't factor in time. And it's going to take time for those things to happen. And then you require skill. And the good news about skill and relationship is that you can develop them. You can get more skill, acquire more skill, or update your skill. And then relationship, you can intentionally build strategic relationship. So if you really want to build real wealth, You must be cognizant. You must be conscious of these factors: time, skill, knowledge, relationships, and knowledge. When you have this in their right context, you are on your way to building serious wealth. Thank you for participating. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I think you should do it today. And also recommend the channel for many others to watch. I believe that we are sharing information that is very important, that can actually help anyone to become successful financially. So help us spread the news. Thank you for doing that. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.